7-1. We got 7 picks right yesterday. We only missed one. That was Dante DiVincenzo. Dante, you owe me. I'm coming for my money. We've been on a tremendous hot streak here. 17-3 over our first 3 NBA videos this season. So if you like what I'm doing here, let me know by hitting the subscribe button. You guys got me over 25,000 subs. I appreciate that. Hitting milestones like that is a major thing for me. It keeps me motivated, keeps me going. We also went over 300 likes. I appreciate that as well. So please continue to subscribe, continue to like. I'm dropping free picks for you, winning picks right here on the channel each and every day. Share these videos with as many people as you know in your circle who are betting on NBA player props. Because when you hit 17 out of 20 picks in your first 3 NBA videos, you must be doing something right. These projection models have been spot on, and I hope they continue to bless us with more winning plays today. Speaking of today, huge NBA slate. It's Friday. We got a lot to look forward to. I've got 6 more picks lined up for you guys. You don't have to play all 6 of them. You can make these into 2 picks. You can make these into a 4-pick power play. However you want to play them is up to you. But let's try to keep this hot streak going, 17-3 over our last 3 NBA videos. All right, what do we have here? I ain't gonna waste no time. If you're not playing on PrizePicks, get signed up with code CJ Curry. Play your first $5. They're gonna give you $50 whether you win or lose when you play that first $5. Special link down in the description of today's video. Links to everything, in fact, can be found down in the description of today's video. If you want to try the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer, if you want to try RotoWire out, I got links for everything down there. Promo codes to your favorite DFS apps, I got those too. Your boy's got the hookup. Holler if you hear me. All right. Where are we going with this first pick? We're going Collin Sexton, Utah Jazz, point guard. He's at 23.5 points, rebounds, and assists. And this number looks a little bit too low based on the projections that we've been using, the same projections that have gotten us to 17-3 over our last 3 videos. We're going to use them again because if it ain't broke, we don't need to fix it, right? So 23.5 PRA, this one looks a little bit too low. When we go over to the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer, we want to scan these sports books. We want to see what this number's looking like out there on our favorite sports books. And as you can see, you're starting to see some of these sports books bump Collin Sexton up from 23.5 PRA to 24.5 PRA, meaning we're getting some value, getting somewhat of a discount here at 23.5 points plus rebounds plus assists. So let's jump on the over at 23.5. We got about a 53% chance based on the odds pulled from these books that he's going to clear this number. And I got the projections already queued up for you guys. If you go over to RotoWire and check out their lovely PrizePicks player prop app, again, if you want to try this out, 2-day all-access free pass down in the description of today's video. Collin Sexton's one of the top plays for leaning more. And so when we pop open his little projection card here, you see a very healthy projection for him at 26.8 points plus rebounds plus assists. So we love that differential of more than 3 PRA. Let's go take a look at where Fantasy Labs has him. Fantasy Labs has been very good to us. This is probably my favorite NBA projection model of them all. Collin Sexton sitting at a nice, healthy 27.2 points plus rebounds plus assists. And so you're seeing these projection models showing a lot of love for Collin Sexton. So we're going to take the over and hope that it works out in our favor. On to the next pick. We chose more for the first guy. Let's go under for the next guy. Kelly Oubre sitting at 26.5 points plus rebounds, taking on the Toronto Raptors. At 26.5 points plus rebounds, this number looking a little bit too high. Again, we're going to go back over here to the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer. This tool is a must-have in your PrizePicks toolkit. See, the top way to play Kelly Oubre is under 26.5 points plus rebounds. A little bit over a 52.5% chance that he stays under. And again, you're starting to see some movement on Oubre. The books are starting to put him down to 25.5 PR, like FanDuel, like BetOnline. And so let's take advantage. Let's take the under at 26.5 because I think you're going to see this line continue to trend downward for Kelly Oubre because of these projections. So let's go look at those projections. Again, leaning less category on RotoWire's projection cards. You open up Kelly Oubre, you see a projection of 24 points plus rebounds, putting him well under 27. If he has 27 or more, we're in deep doo-doo. Hopefully he has 26 or less points plus rebounds in him, with this projection being at 24. Again, every projection model is going to be a little bit different from one model to the next, which is why I show multiple projections for these guys. And the one that I trust the most is probably Fantasy Labs, which has him at 23.7 points plus rebounds. Again, putting him well under the 26.5 number. Sometimes the projections are wrong, like they were with Donte DiVincenzo, like they were with Jason Tatum a couple nights ago. We're not going to get them all right all the time. But as you guys can see, projections can definitely help you land on more winning picks than losing one. So let's go Oubre under 26.5 PR. Now, I'm taking you on a ride here. We went over on the first guy, under on the next guy. So let's go back over again on this next fella. We're looking at Alperen Sengun, who's sitting out at 29.5 points plus rebounds, taking on the Memphis Grizzlies tonight. This looks like another one that's a little bit too low. The Gooner, 30 or more PR, looks like it could be a possibility for him tonight. Let's go take a look at the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer again and see how these sports books are stacking up for Alperen Sengun. Over a 53% chance that he clears 29.5 points plus rebounds. Most sports books are already moving on from 29.5. In fact, they're offering him at 30.5 points plus rebounds. Sites like FanDuel, BetMGM, Caesars already have him up at 30.5, meaning he's trending upward. So let's go ahead and jump on it early before it gets bumped up to 30.5. Checking out some projections on Sengun. We're going to go over here to RotoWire once again. I'm going to show you these projections in each and every video so you guys get a better idea of how these models are lining up for these different player props. 32.25 is the projection for Sengun, which is a big differential when you're comparing to just 29.5 here on PrizePicks. Okay, so Fantasy Labs also has a very healthy projection on Sengun, 31.5. So 2 PR different. That right there doesn't sound like much, but it's a huge gap, a huge differential, and an advantage we need to take each and every day. So there's your first 3 picks. I got 3 more locked in for you. But before we get to those, if you're still looking for a community, a place you can call home, full of like-minded individuals who are putting their money down on player props each and every day, I've got you covered. We're not just doing NBA. We got NFL going on, MMA, esports, NHL. We got a little bit of everything for everyone. 7-day free trial pinned to the top comment down in the comments section below for as little as 67 cents per day. That's less than a cup of coffee, you coffee drinkers. You guys can be a part of a winning community. We're sharing picks, plays, parlays, and our favorite stats and information to help each other win more together. Dub Club link is down, waiting for you below. Go ahead, sign up, join the club. Back to the picks we go. 3 more to go. We're going over to Brooklyn. Talking about Cam Thomas here of the Brooklyn Nets at 31.5 PRA. This one was at 32.5. If you wanted to take the under at 31.5, I ain't mad at it. If you want to take the under at the fantasy score at 34.5, I ain't mad at that either. Either way, this looks good. A lot of Cam Thomas unders today. He's taking on the Orlando Magic. So let's look at some Cam Thomas projections. There's a lot of different ways you could play Cam Thomas. All of them would be under options if that's what you're looking for. Cam Thomas here at 32.5 points, rebounds, and assists. If you could still find him on some sites at 32.5, I would probably take that. He did get bumped down from 32.5 to 31.5 prior to me starting the recording of this video. But of the other options that are still on the board here, you got points plus rebounds, you got just the points, you got fantasy score, or you got points plus assists, all projecting under on Cam Thomas today. I mean, his PRA at 31.5 is still projecting under if you wanted to take it at 31.5. Let's go over to the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer and see what the best or most optimal way to play the under on Cam Thomas would be. At 31.5, it's now saying take the over at 31.5 points, rebounds, and assists. So we're probably going to avoid the 31.5, taking the under on that. I would say the next best option is either going to be the raw points at 25.5 because you are starting to see some sports books put him down to 24.5 like FanDuel, or you could take the under at the points and rebounds number of 29.5. Again, you're seeing FanDuel offering him at 28.5, BetOnline's offering him at 28.5. So you're going to continue to see Cam Thomas's numbers slide against a tough defensive Orlando Magic team, full of scrappy defenders on the wings like Jalen Suggs, like Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Got some size and guys like Franz Wagner and Paolo Banchero. I know you see it. So anyway, Cam Thomas may be in for a tough night against a tough Orlando Magic team. But nonetheless, let's get some more projections on Cam Thomas for you from Fantasy Labs real quick so you guys can make a informed decision. Here you go, 28.4 projected points plus rebounds, putting him under that number over on PrizePicks. Or if you want to go just points, that one's a little bit sharper. So for me, and the sake of this video, a definitive decision, I say let's take Cam Thomas under 29.5 points plus rebounds. Okay, done and dusted. Moving on to the next pick, it's going to be a Memphis Grizzly, and I'm talking about this guy, Marcus Smart. He's sitting out there at 20.5 fantasy score. At 20.5, he's going up against the Houston Rockets. Looking to take the over on Mr. Smart here. 20.5 fantasy score on Marcus Smart looks like it's going to be a little bit too low, especially when you come over here and you start considering what his projections are looking like on a site like RotoWire. Taking a look at Marcus Smart, projected for 24.57 fantasy score. He is a guy who can get steals. He can block some shots. Obviously, he's a former Defensive Player of the Year. And right now, doesn't seem like John Moran is 100% go. And you got Desmond Bane in the mix, but Marcus Smart seeing a good amount of minutes and productivity for this Memphis Grizzlies team now that he is completely healthy. So a difference of more than 4 fantasy score according to the RotoWire projections when we compare them to the PrizePicks projections. Take a look at another projection, which is over here on Fantasy Labs. They got him projected right around 23 fantasy score at 22.97 if we're being exact. So that does put him over the 20.5 fantasy score number by quite a bit. And I got one more projection. This one's going to be found on Betting Pros. When you punch in Marcus Smart's name over there, they got him all the way up at 27.3 projected fantasy score. So quite a big difference versus the 20.5 that we're seeing him out here on PrizePicks. So that'll be pick number 5. And last but not least, I hate to do it, but my Orlando Magic, especially this guy, Jalen Suggs, at 18.5 points plus rebounds, looks just too darn high. And so for that reason, we're going to be clicking the under on Jalen Suggs today. Again, we're going to go back to the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer and take a peek at Suggs. And when we do, you could see that for the points and rebounds at 18.5, about a 52.26% chance that he stays under 18.5. And again, FanDuel already ahead of the game here. They seem to always be first, industry leading in terms of bumps, and they have bumped Suggs down to 17.5 points plus rebounds, as has BetOnline. And so things are starting to trend downward for Suggs. And then when we take a look at these projections, it kind of echoes that sentiment that Suggs may not have a great game tonight. Taking a look at the lean less category under RotoWire. When we type in Suggs' name, you can see he's projected for 15.91 points plus rebounds, putting him well under 18.5 at right around 16 PR. Then we'll go back over here to Fantasy Labs and pull the projection up for you over there. Fantasy Labs, again, my favorite projection model, 15.5 PR. 3 points plus rebounds different than his line on PrizePicks at 18.5. So we have to take advantage of these opportunities, which is why we'll be slapping less on Jalen Suggs. And it is Flex Friday. So if you have not flexed your entry yet, if you have not used your protected play, this would be a great time to do it. They only give me $5 for Flex Friday. I'll go ahead and put the whole $5 down for this Flex Friday entry. We're locking it in. Hopefully you lock in with me. Boom, lineup submitted. Now let's see if these players perform. Let's see if the projections get most of these right like they have for the last 3 videos. A 17-3 run. Name someone hotter. You can't. Appreciate all the love. Let's run those likes up. I'm setting today's like goal at more than 249.5. I'm challenging you to get 250 or more likes. I think we could do it. We crushed it yesterday. Let's crush it again. I'll see you guys real soon for another NBA Prize Picks video. Peace.